This episode's brought to you by Stormlancers. Fight together, rise together. Stormlancers is available now on PC and Nintendo Switch 2. Today's stories include Jeff Keighley's statue mystery has seemingly been solved. Some people thought it was a demon. It's a whole thing. PlayStation fans have a lot to look forward to at the Game Awards, and Call of Duty is getting a major shakeup. We'll have all this and more because this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. So they thought it was a demon, bless.
Yeah, so wait, they thought it was a demon for real. Like a stranger, like a random person walked by and was like, yo, what the fuck is that?
Here's the thing. I saw a couple social posts from people that seemed a little sensationalist, trying to rile people up from a very, very religious right. They were just saying like, no, we don't know where this came from. Like people are like,
here.
Yeah,
you think it's the rapture?
Like, and I'm like, no, it's divinity original sin.
My favorite was one of the main posts. Sorry, my camera isn't working, but one of the main posts saying like it's what was it? It was like it's not a warning, it's a sign of like California where it's going. It's like all right,
exactly. Wow. That's the energy that they're bringing to the Game Awards. It's Game Awards Eve, everybody. Of course, welcome to Kind of Funny Games Daily for Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. I'm Tim Geddes. I'm joined today by Blessing out of Yo-Yo Jr.
Good day, Tim. I kind of understand where it comes from because growing up, if my parents even caught a glimpse of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it was a whole thing. They didn't like that.
The Yu-Gi-Oh art is kind of demonic.
Not
for
really.
Sure. There's something about them eyes. Always.
It's just anime eyes, you know?
I don't know. Think about
Beaver
Warrior.
It's just a blue eyes, white dragon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
it's just a Celtic guardian.
Yeah, there's something
just
you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're allowed to wear that shirt anymore.
This one?
You're looking too good at it. It's not
thank
fair.
you.
It's not fair.
I appreciate it.
Damn, dude, you were fitting this shirt in a way that is unfair to the world. Am I right, Barrett?
Yeah, listen, let me tell you.
Fucked up.
Went to Seattle for Thanksgiving. My brother-in-law, he took me to the gym. He was like, let me teach you about free weights. And it's changed the game. Let me tell you, I'm about to be looking different in 2026, y'all. Get ready for it.
You have a busy 2026 coming, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot of new things you're going to do. Free weights.
Weights, Resident Evil Requiem. What was it? Tactical 2026. We're playing tactical games. I'll play some Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for it.
Do we have a date on the new one? I'm not sure. I don't know if they put a 2026 on that. I think
they definitely did. Yeah. There's a year at least.
Well, it'll be next year. That's great. Oh, exciting times abound, everyone. This is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the video game news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, please support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free and a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be part of this show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube super chats as we go, just like Nathan Maloney already did, saying, here's my day late birthday tax. Happy birthday. If Kingdom Hearts 4 is not at the Game Awards and there is not a Muppets World, we're kidnapping Mike and forcing him into the Canadian Army. Thanks, Kind of Funny.
Muppets World. See, the whole like mergers and all this shit. Muppets is under Disney?
Muppets is Disney.
How long has that been? Very long time?
Very long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not Nick. Nick loves the Muppets.
Yeah, I'm not that big into. You know what I did like as a kid? Muppet Babies.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my jam.
But that's
right
the thing
there.
is like there was a lot of collaboration, and so correct me where I'm wrong. You're wrong. All right, Kebabs, this is your chance. Okay. They didn't own them originally. I do think it was an acquisition at some point, but there was a lot of collaboration, even dating back to like the 70s and 80s with because I'm pretty sure like Fraggle Rock it's a Jim Henson thing. It's like Muppets adjacent. That was Disney.
Okay.
So like I think that there was always like a lot of just kind of like
lineage,
shared DNA, I guess, and lineage. And then eventually
Disney bought the Muppets and Bear in the Big Blue House in February 2004.
That's right, because Bear in the Big Blue House was all over. What was it?
Wait, are we talking about? Isn't that the Disney
Nick Jr. of Disney?
Yeah, that was like Disney Treehouse or something like that.
Yes,
I
remember.
But I wonder if the Jim Henson Company owned the rights to it, even if they distributed it.
Definitely, yeah.
Wow, we got
because 2004 was like super late for them to own that. Because like Bear in the Big Blue House was like 90s, right?
This is probably a Kind of Funny podcast, but like we got to have a draft of the best like baby toddler shows.
Okay.
Because like first round pick, we're talking about Blue's Clues. We're talking about
Dora.
Okay, yeah, Dora but Bob the Builder, is he up there?
He's definitely up there.
Oh, he's
got to show respect.
Not first round pick, but a pick like my personal pick, Franklin. Remember Franklin the Turtle?
Well,
it's Franklin coming to my house, man.
Are you going to tell me that he got canceled?
Blessing, you wouldn't believe.
Oh no.
What if I told you Franklin got canceled in the last week?
Wait, what? What happened to Franklin?
I'm going to keep going to the show. Barrett, if you have the time, if you could Google Franklin canceled and try to get more information, I would appreciate it. A little housekeeping for you. There's no holiday party like a KF holiday party. Celebrate the season with this incredible premium collector's item by Panda Musk, available exclusively on patreon.com/kindafunny until the month ends. Sorry, I'm telling Barrett to do multiple things at once, but when he has a second, he will bring up.
I'm so concerned about
this Franklin thing, man.
I'll have to look. Yeah, look at this amazing holiday art of the entire team. My favorite personal little bit in the bottom right, Toretto's little face popping up.
Oh, that's cute.
This little tongue popping out.
Also, I apologize.
Look at Moose and Lulu there.
I apologize to anybody who makes art for KF that I cut my hair. I'm sorry.
You got to keep them on their toes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. Joey texted me, so I'll be able to look back when I have a second. Maybe during the ads, I'll try to find it. But she told me, she's like, Tim, I'm sorry.
Did you hear about Franklin?
You hear that Franklin got canceled.
That's crazy because I don't think I've even heard the name Franklin in 20 years.
Today, after Games Daily, you're going to get the GAMESCAST episode that is predicting the Game Awards 2025 winners. I'm very excited about that. Yesterday, we did our Game Awards announcement predictions, and it was a really fun episode. Some serious, some a little bit more fun, but we all had a very good time, and I'm sure we're about to this time as well. Then after that, the stream is going to be Greg playing a little Pokemon ZA Mega Dimension DLC, seeing if he's liking that. I think he's been playing a little bit starting last night, so exciting times there too. If you're a Kind of Funny member, of course, you get today's Gregway. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Rebecca Buster, and Delaney the Psalm Twining. Did you find anything?
Tim, I can't find anything.
This Franklin thing goes deeper than I would have ever guessed. I don't know. I haven't. There's a lot of information, and it's hard to get to the bottom of it within the span of an intro to a show. But I did not expect the name Hegseth to be involved.
Oh man.
Unless you're, is this the same thing? Is the P Hegseth situation, right?
Okay, hold on. I'm getting to the source of this, and the source is Joey Noel. I'm sending this to assets.
You just gotta tell Joey to like speed to work so she can get on the mic and explain this.
I sent it to assets so we can bring it up and look at this together. Kids Can Press tweets out, Franklin the Turtle is a beloved Canadian icon who has inspired generations of children, stands for kindness, empathy, and inclusivity. We strongly condemn any denigrating, violent, or unauthorized use of Franklin's name or image, which directly contradicts these values. So I imagine he was being used for ice stuff.
Yes, I think Hegseth put out like a meme, like maybe an AI. I haven't seen the thing, but it sounds like he put out something.
This sucks.
And they had to then fire back at him.
I found it.
Yeah, okay, don't pull it up. Yeah.
Can you describe what it is?
It's like an AI recreated image of Franklin essentially blowing up cartel drug boats, which is what they've claimed they've been blowing up near Venezuela.
Why Franklin?
Why
Franklin?
Because everything fucking is awful.
And leave people alone.
But like Franklin isn't even like a top shot. Like I love Franklin, but like I feel like there's you get to why not Blue from Blue's Clues? Why not SpongeBob? Like why Franklin?
I understand you're trying to defend Franklin here, but you keep Blue's name out your fucking mouth, okay?
I'm just saying, like, there's so many other options before we get to Franklin. What about the Bears and the Bernstein Bears? Like, what about, there's so many. What the fuck? Why Franklin? Leave Franklin alone. He does nothing. He's done nothing.
God damn.
He's been off the air for like 20 years.
Fucked up world we are in. This is so shitty that they keep doing this with things that people care about, and it's for the most horrible acts possible. Stop doing those.
Especially with Franklin. You got the robot from My Life as a Teenage Robot right there. You know what I mean? There's so many other
Now let's begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 5 stories today.
Everything's awful. A baker's dozen.
You got the dudes from did you ever watch Megas XLR on Cartoon Network?
I didn't.
Oh, dude. Megas XLR, that's the name of the show, right, chat? It's been a while. It's like some fucking random ass like country dudes who then get a mech. And it's basically kind of like a riff off of Transformers or whatever, but it's Cartoon Network, almost Adult Swim style, but like not all the way Adult Swim. Like they don't get.
I remember they had a really dope game on the Cartoon Network website.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I never had Cartoon Network, unfortunately. So I missed out on all that shit. Story number 1, the mystery behind the Game Awards statue appears to have been solved. This comes from Chris Scullion at VGC. The identity of the mysterious statue
This will be a fun one today.
The identity of the mysterious statue that was created for the Game Awards may have been revealed. Last week, the Game Awards organizer, Jeff Keighley, posted an image of the statue and tracking information, which pinpointed its location to a roadside in the Mojave Desert in California. Players have been visiting this location to take photos and videos of the statue, while the gaming community online has been guessing what game it could represent. Because of the dark nature of the statue, which appears to have various people, demons, dragons, and other such growing out of it, suggestions have tended to focus on fantasy or mature-themed games, with guesses including God of War, Diablo, Fallout New Vegas, Doom, Baldur's Gate, and similar titles. Sony Santa Monica director Cory Barlog has already denied that it's a God of War game, and journalist Jason Schreier, who says he knows what it is but isn't saying, shot down a claim that it referred to a Diablo 4 expansion. However, it would appear that MP First may have cracked the case after finding 3 new trademarks registered today in Europe related to the Divinity series of games by Larian Studios. The new trademarks include the Divinity logo with a different font from previous games, an icon that looks similar to a spider web, and another icon which shows a circle with long spikes coming out of it. MP First has pointed out that the second logo looks near identical to a similar design on the Game Awards statue, making it seem extremely likely that the statue relates to either a remake or remaster of a previous Divinity game or an entirely new entry in the series.
Barrett, I just put a link to the MP First article in Assets if we want to like look and compare. It's one of those things though where it's like, oh yeah, this is for sure it. Yeah, which is exciting. I think Divinity Original Sin 3, if that is what it is, being announced is such a great thing, because coming off of Baldur's Gate 3, you have a more mainstream audience than before now aware of what Larian can do.
Because as a reminder,
yeah,
Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So there is definitely a excitement from the creators of Game
Baldur's
of the
Gate
Year.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I imagine that's how you open this trailer, is from the studio that made Baldur's Gate 3, you know? And like I think that is, as much as, and I don't want to down talk Divinity Original Sin 2, because that game also came out and was a fucking phenomenal game. I remember that was 2017, I want to say, because I remember doing Game of the Year conversations at OK Beast where Alex Van Aken was like, no, this is the one, like this game is fucking incredible. And looking at the Metacritic, I haven't seen the Metacritic in like a minute, so I don't remember what it is, but I'm pretty sure if I type in Divinity Original Sin to Metacritic, I'm gonna do it right now, because like I played a little bit of it, I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. It has a 93 Metacritic.
93, man, yeah.
So that was a game that was already a fucking banger, a game that fans of Divinity, fans of CRPGs, fans of Larian were already in on, right? Like, oh, Divinity Original Sin 3 is the most exciting game ever. Now, it's the most exciting game ever for a wider group of people, because Baldur's Gate 3 hit the streets like crack, right? like that's the game that I think really put people onto the studio. And so no matter what, this is exciting. I'm very fascinated to see what the reveal looks like, whether it's that or like a remake or remaster or whatever. I think no matter what it is, I'm very excited to see how they present it, because now Larian means something new.
I wonder what the move is as a complete outsider, like entirely to all of this. Like, I wonder if the fan base is yearning for a 3, or if the idea of a remake of a 93 on Metacritic, but with modern enhancements, is enticing to them, right? Like, I'm sure there's going to be people that want the new thing always, because that makes a lot of sense. But I also think that just with what it sounds like from my memory, they were saying they weren't working on a 3.
I don't remember,
because I get very confused, because then there's also Pillars of Eternity, right?
Yeah, but that's a whole different thing. That's not them.
Is that not related at all?
I don't believe so.
Is that the same universe or something, even though it's a different studio?
I don't think they're related at all. I think that's the Avowed game. Like, that's the Avowed world.
You're right.
Unless I'm thinking of Path of Exile, which is another PoE, but I'm pretty sure Pillars of Eternity and Avowed are the same.
Yeah, you're right. All right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that comes from Obsidian.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Larian, there's the whole thing about like they aren't gonna do Baldur's Gate 4.
Of course.
Like
well, we know that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've talked about a little bit about their next projects, plural.
So Chun2D2 in the chat says Larian said they're not working on Original Sin 3 as of yesterday. However, Divinity itself is the greater saga.
Oh, so I wonder if this
so it could not be it could just be Divinity something else instead of Original Sin. Divinity Gate.
Divinity.
Y'all like Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I see what you're saying. hold on, because I'm looking back at this thing. Excuse me. MP First may have cracked the case after finding 3 new trademarks registered today related to the Divinity series. That the new trademarks include the Divinity logo. Okay, so they never say Original Sin. So it could just be Divinity something else.
It could be, yeah.
Divinity a new chapter.
Yeah. Again, chat, let me know if you are a fan of Divinity Original Sin. Is that enticing to you? Would you rather a Divinity Original Sin 3 or a Divinity something different?
Mm-hmm.
And if so, what's that look like? Super chat, let me know.
Let us know.
Are you, as somebody that got pretty into Baldur's Gate 3, are you excited at this idea?
It depends on how they present it. I excited. I don't think necessarily, right? Like, I'd try it. I'd check it out. And I think there's a level there that's like, I just want to see what a very talented studio does next. But Baldur's Gate 3, I think about going back all the time because I put in 30 something hours and I still was very early in that game by the time I last dropped it off, right? And I want to go back. I know Andy and Mike talk about all the time, like, yo, we got to restart our playthrough or whatever. And I'm like, man, if I can get in that and that be my way of getting back in, because I think there's something so enticing about that cast of characters, is something so enticing about that world, it being D&D, it having those mechanics, and also it resonating with not just the video game community, but then people who are into tabletop RPGs and all that stuff, because it's all kind of related. I think that allowed Baldur's Gate to really speak broadly in that way, where Divinity strikes me as something that's a bit more hardcore and targeted. But if this is a new chapter for Divinity, maybe they can take some of the learnings that they had from Baldur's Gate, put that in there. I don't want them necessarily to take out the DNA of what makes Divinity, but also I'm not the person to even tell you what that is, right? Like, I'd be curious to hear from Divinity.
It is interesting looking at the chat. It feels very evenly split between people saying that they would want Divinity Original Sin 3 versus a Divinity Original Project.
Yeah.
But the sentiment overall seems to be, if it's a turn-based Larian game, I'm in.
Yes.
Like, that's what I'm here for. So I think they're in a very good spot, and congratulations, y'all. Like, you're getting it. Like, the statue is here. You will get a reveal tomorrow. That's very exciting.
Yeah, hell yeah. Is Divinity something, or not even Divinity, Baldur's Gate, was that something that ever appealed to you? I know that's not really your type of
in
jam.
Zero ways at all.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's just not my type of thing.
What is it? Is it just
it's the world, it's the pointing and clicking, it's that type of gameplay. The concept of, like, making my own choices in an RPG doesn't interest me. Like, I'm there for, like, give me a curated story.
I want a specific
I want character stories that, like, I know that y'all made for a very specific reason that I'm getting to the end of. I understand that those also exist within that, but I'm a plot guy.
Yeah.
Like, I really think I'm a plot guy at the end of the day. And that's cool. You know what I mean? There's a ton of games for me out there.
I still want, even though I don't think this is who they are, but I would like a Larian game that is a sci-fi or a cyberpunk or a dystopian thing or a post-apocalyptic thing. Like, I would love a Larian game that exists in a different genre. I say that even though they're so good at fantasy, that if they always wanted to do fantasy, I also understand, like medieval fantasy type shit.
Yeah. Let's get into story number 2 here. PlayStation, Saros, and Last of Us co-creators' new game confirmed for the Game Awards. This comes from Andy Robinson at VGC. PlayStation will debut a new look at Housemarque Saros at the Game Awards this week. That's according to a fresh round of teasers from organizers ahead of the Game Awards taking place on Thursday, December 11th. Saros, the next big game from the creators of Returnal, is one of the PlayStation's big 2026 games set to release in February, which I totally forgot.
Yep.
I forgot we're that close.
Yep.
Wow. Saros was revealed earlier this year. The game stars the homie, Raul Coley, and will continue Returnal's theme of sci-fi action, but the games don't appear to be connected narratively. In addition, the Los Angeles show will debut the first look at the debut game from Wildflower Interactive. Wildflower is the new studio co-founded by Bruce Straley, co-game director on Uncharted 2, Last of Us, and Uncharted 4. According to Wildflower's website, the studio's making smallish, creatively charged, uniquely stylized games that explore the possibilities of the medium. Very cool.
Super
We've heard
cool
the
stuff.
story before, but there's a couple words being said here that I'm liking. Small-ish.
Yeah.
Creatively charged, uniquely stylized games, exploring the possibilities of the medium. I feel like every word used there was a choice to say something, and it's something I want to hear.
Dude, I hope it delivers, because right now, whenever I hear about one of these projects, I start from the place of nervousness of, will this actually deliver and be something that feel special and polished, something along the lines of a Dispatch or something along the lines of an Expedition 33 or a Blueprints or any of the other, indie games / like studio founded by somebody that we knew that is now doing something new, right? Like, is it going to live up to that? Or no shade to Eternal Strands, but is it going to feel like Eternal Strands, which was another one that we talked up as being something from one of the people behind Mass Effect. They went and made their own studio. They talked about the game, and I think they maybe used some of these same words, right? It was a stylized game that was smallish, that was creatively charged, that was taking in inspirations from games like Shadow of the Colossus and Breath of the Wild and doing these cool elemental things. And then I played Eternal Strands, was like, this is boring. This is not really hitting for me. I think I'm just as much on that side as I am on like the hopeful thing about it, but I'm excited to see what it is. I want it to be something exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And we're about to see. Like, that's the cool thing about where we're at right now, is it's like we have so many unknowns for the Game Awards, which is always the most exciting part, for the genuine just surprise. But there's also the last couple of years of Game Awards, in my opinion, have been so solid because we know going in, there's stuff we want to see that we're going to see. Right? Yeah. So it's like we now know we're about to see Bruce Straley's game. That's cool. Yeah. Like, I feel like as we start filling out more Saros, like, yeah, I want to see more Saros. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff we're going to get.
Micah brought this up the other day. And like, as we get closer to the Game Awards, I start to feel it of, man, I wish you guys held back more surprises. Like, I know there's still surprises that we're going to see there, but, and I know Saros, right? Like, we're so close to the game that maybe it makes sense to say that you're going to see that. But I feel like they talk so much about what's going to be there beforehand. And I'm almost like, man, this feels like too much for a show that feels like it centers around surprises and reveals and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that is the interesting thing, right? Like, to us, it does. But the reality is they just want eyes on the thing. The best way to get eyes on the thing is to tell people, hey, this thing's going to be here that you want to see. They still want some surprises, but it's like the point of the show is not surprises. To my chagrin, I wish we didn't know shit. I wish we were just going into 2.5 hour show. Let's keep it there. Yeah. And just have banger surprises. But like, that's Dream World, right? But what we do know, I'm excited about, Miss Piggy's gonna be there.
What do you think we'll see from Saros?
I don't know that there's much we need to. You know what? What I think we'll hear is Raul's voice.
Ooh.
We haven't yet, right?
I guess.
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Is there a possibility that he is just the performance capture and they brought in a ringer?
Miss Piggy?
To be his voice. One, aspiring voice actor, Andy Cortez.
Man, can you imagine that pop off if Andy kept that a secret? And voicing.
The whole time Andy didn't tell any of us.
Andy Cortez.
And this is Andy doing his best impression of Rahul
Kohli. I love it.
It's like, wow, you guys paid too much money for this.
The chat saying he talked in both trailers.
Okay, there we go.
That's hilarious.
But I believe you. I don't feel like that's confirmation against that it's Andy. I'm just saying.
You had me convinced because I was like, did we not hear him talk? So I can see that. It's weird. I mean, us being so close to it, I also kind of forgot that it was February. I thought it was like March or something like that. But this would almost feel like, okay, well, is it just a launch trailer at this point? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, are you just going to show us like a commercial at this point? Is there any cool reveal? What if there's a villain?
Well, again, I need to refresh myself on Saros, but have they talked about co-op? Because that was such a cool update for Returnal.
Yeah.
So maybe
that'd be really neat.
Like, I think that would make sense, but I also can see them holding that and that being an update later.
Yeah.
But I do think that would very much speak to the Returnal audience, right? That's already kind of sold. But just to have that extra level of, this isn't just a launch trailer. This is a time to allow Returnal fans to get loud on the internet and be like, oh man, we loved this. And that pop-off moment to like for extra excitement. Whereas if it's just more Saros, it's going to be like, oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I could see bouncing off of that, right? You go back to Ghost of Yote. Ghost of Yote had that trailer at Gamescom a couple months before, maybe about a month, less than a month, I think, before its release. And that's where they announced Ghost of Yote Legends with kind of a final trailer for that game. Maybe we could get just a generic trailer, and then at the end, they tease maybe a tower, because there was the tower challenge, or the challenge tower add-on that they put into Returnal after its release that I think a lot of people loved and enjoyed. Maybe that's a thing that you can tease. Maybe you can then tease co-op with that, right? Let people know that, hey, this is coming later in the year or something. The only thing with co-op that I'd be nervous about teasing is if you tease co-op this early, does that dissuade people from wanting to just hop into the game single player? Do they then go, oh, I'll just wait for the co-op to come out later?
Oh, I was saying day one. Like in my mind.
Oh, you're
like,
thinking day one.
That's
drop.
the thing is like
Yeah.
if they had that, like I imagine it will come later and they don't need to talk about it now.
Yeah.
I'm saying like because it seemed to be so well received. Maybe that's me speaking from the bubble of Kind of Funny, but y'all loved that co-op so much. Like Andy and Mike talk about this shit all the time. So I feel like there is an excitement from the fans. So if they could pull it off for this next game, like being a bit more of a complete package at launch, not that Returnal needed to be, but this being a follow-up, more is better, right? So I don't know.
The only thing I'd want to see from that then, if for day one, is some kind of contextualization around why is it co-op? Who's this other person you're playing with? Because I don't know if they did that for Returnal. I think because it was a post-launch update, it was kind of like, all right, there's just two of you now. But if you're going to do it day one at launch, I think then it's like, well, narratively, how does this make sense? What are we doing? Is there some kind of weird space magic that duplicates you?
Yeah.
That could be the easy way to explain it, but...
Or just, hey, fuck it, it's a video game.
Or that.
You know what I mean?
Or that, yeah.
Like, why was there multiple Master Chiefs in Halo? There just was.
Oh,
You
is that
play
how it worked
co-op.
in Halo?
Yeah.
Oh.
At least the first one. Yeah.
It was a different time.
We used to be a society.
We used to be a society, everybody. Before we get to story number 3, I want to tell you about Patreon and Spotify and YouTube and Apple, where you can get the Kind of Funny membership to get all of our shows ad-free. But for everyone else, here's a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Stormlancers. If you're looking for your next great co-op obsession, check out Stormlancers, a retro-inspired roguelite with anime energy and chaotic action. In Stormlancers, you and a friend crash land on a dying alien planet charged with unstable magic. It's fast, fluid, and the action is non-stop, but this roguelite isn't about flawless runs. The devs call it Crash Out Co-op because the real fun comes from those chaotic party moments, like messing up, reviving your partner at the last second, and carving up enemy hordes with your newly unlocked powers. Invite a friend for old school couch co-op or team up online. On PC and Nintendo Switch 2, only one of you needs to own the game. Steam's Remote Play Together and Switch 2's Game Share lets you hop online with a friend instantly. One copy, 2 players. Stormlancers is live on PC and Nintendo Switch 2. Fight together, rise together. Repeat. Play Stormlancers now. This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Let's talk gifts. Not the kind that get tossed in a drawer, but the kind that actually get used and appreciated. The holidays are coming up fast, and Shady Rays sunglasses are an easy win. Every pair is polarized, durable, and lightweight. They've got a ton of great-looking, high-performance styles that hold up no matter what you throw at them. And the price? Way less than you'd expect for the quality. And here's what sets them apart. If you lose or break your shades, Shady Rays has your back with their lost and broken protection. So whether you're picking up a pair for someone on your list or grabbing one for yourself, Shady Rays makes gifting simple. Quality built, looks great, and actually worth it. Start your holiday gifting early and head to shadyrays.com using code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Go to shadyrays.com, use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Again, that's shadyrays.com. Use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. This episode's brought to you by Aura Frames. If you are a last-minute shopper, don't worry at all. I have the perfect gift that solves all the problems you might be having. No lie, Aura Frames are undeniably the best gift I've ever given, and I'm going to be sad when I run out of people to give it to because I'll never give a gift this great again. Families, friends, partners, everyone loves being able to have beautiful frames showing off their loved ones and all of their favorite memories. And also, it's so easy to add the photos using the Aura app. It's set up to go right out of the box. There's unlimited storage, so you can add as many photos and videos as you can find. Just download the Aura app and connect to Wi-Fi with no hidden fees. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code KINDOFFUNNY at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code KINDOFFUNNY. This deal is exclusive to listeners and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support our show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Story number 3. A pretty damn interesting one. Call of Duty won't release Modern Warfare or Black Ops back-to-back anymore. This comes from Jay Peters at The Verge. Future COD releases will no longer include back-to-back launches of Modern Warfare or Black Ops. Activision has announced on Tuesday the past 4 releases in the series have been Modern Warfare 2 and then Modern Warfare 3 in 2022 and 3, Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 in 2024 and 5. But moving forward, Activision wants to offer, quote, an absolutely unique experience each and every year, according to a blog post. Black Ops 7 came out in November to mixed reviews, and in Europe, the game had a, quote, disappointing launch. The Game Business reports. Ahead of the game's release, Treyarch's senior director of production, Yale Miller, told Charlie Intel that he was worried about Black Ops 6 and 7 being seen as too similar. We will drive innovation that is meaningful, not incremental. While we aren't sharing those plans today, we look forward to doing so when the time is right. The post also notes that the future of Call of Duty is very strong, and we believe our best days are ahead of us given the depth of our talent and our development teams, and that the next era of Call of Duty will deliver precisely on what you want, along with some surprises that push the franchise and the genre forward.
Sure.
There's a big conversation here.
What's the big conversation?
I think the big conversation is how giant Call of Duty is, and how they continue to change the strategies, and despite changing strategies, falling into the same traps.
Yeah.
And I think it all comes down to, it's not the sameness of following up a Black Ops to a Black Ops. It's the fact that it's lesser than, and it feels lesser than.
Oh, yeah.
When you compare the conversation around last year's to this year's, the campaign to the campaign, the highlights to highlights, lowlights to lowlights, it really does feel more like an expansion.
I think that at one point was their intent, and then they went back on that intent. I think they were going to do the thing where, all right, 1 year release Modern Warfare, was it 2 that came out in 2022? We're going to release Modern Warfare 2, and then the next year is just going to be an expansion. All right, we're going to release Black Ops, next year is just going to be an expansion. And for whatever reason, they're like, we're not going to do that. Just make another game.
And the reason, and that's why I think it's an interesting conversation, is because it's pretty clear to look at it, like what's happening. It's like, we look at it and it's like, yeah, it's an expansion. And if they marketed that way, I think people would be less, quote unquote, mad.
Yeah.
But guess what? It would also make them significantly less money. And that's the thing, is they need to put out billion-dollar sales year after year after year, because that's what Call of Duty knows they can do and consistently has done. And you look back to it and it's like, all right, well, is the solution then just switching up what the titles are? And it's like, well, not necessarily. When you look back at some of the previous titles in the years prior to this, right? So it is a complicated landscape for them, where you compare it to the Assassin's Creed of Ubisoft, right? Where that got annualized and got burned out, and then there was like a vitriol against it being annualized, and they kind of took a step back and find a better pacing for those. And then it started feeling like, oh, y'all are just getting back to what you did before, but now it also needs to be the biggest thing ever. So it's kind of just the worst case scenario of bloat at the top of the industry, of expectations from the gamers being higher than ever, and the cost of everything being higher than ever, and the expectations of sales being higher than ever, or at the very least the same as they were, which, when you're putting out a expansion pack sized content compared to full size content year after year and expecting the same amount of money, while also bringing in Game Pass to this, being a new player in the game, and a major effect on the finances of these games over the last 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
Or last year. Both of the games we're talking about, right?
But
Black Ops.
I've been on Game Pass.
That all of that combined, they're going to have to try a new strategy. So while it's all kind of silly, and you look at this and you go, yeah, we could have told you this, I do think them just straight up saying, hey, this isn't working, we're trying something different, that's good. But what's the answer going to be?
And that's the question. That's the $1 million question. Are we just going to go back to the way it was? Are we going, because the task of putting out a major, like, let's say a Black Ops, what was the one last year? I've already lost the track because there's too many Black Ops and too many Modern Warfare now, right? The last year was 6. So can we put out that's good. Can we put out a Black Ops 6 and a Modern Warfare 2 like level game every year?
No,
I don't think you can.
The answer is no.
Yeah, which is why, like, it's that weird thing where I think that's why you wanted to make this almost expansion type thing, right? Of, all right, Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7, it's going to be a little bit more iterative because we're not, rebuilding from the ground up. Are you going to take breaks in between? The answer is no, because you want to be able to sell all those copies every single year, be the #1 best-selling title every year. Are you going to do the 3-game rotation? that seemed like that wasn't working before, because Sledgehammer kept putting out non-Modern Warfares and non-Black Opses, and those kept, I don't want to say flop, because they're still the #1 selling game of the year, but compared to the other name brand things, weren't performing.
And that's the thing. When you're #1 and you're still not enough, the scale is broken. And yeah, like you're saying exactly what I'm saying. They've tried things, and they try things until it's really not working for them. So it's like, we've seen this exact thing before, just with slightly different variables, right?
Yeah.
When it's like, instead of like, all right, cool, we're going to do the banger franchises year after year, which sounds like a great idea in theory if you can pull it off, but we all know they can't. That's very similar to, we're going to have the 3 studio cycle going through the different games, and fans might have their favorites, but we're going to be able to experiment slightly, see if we can create a bigger hit. But it is interesting to think about reflecting on the last 15 years of Call of Duty and thinking about what were the major wins and what were the missteps. And especially when you add Warzone to it all, the landscape is just so much different than it was when we were in the era of, hey, the campaign is what we're pushing, as almost like a Trojan horse to get people into the multiplayer. Everyone was playing multiplayer. That was where the money was. That was where the conversation was, and the player base and all that stuff. But they got Kevin Spacey, they got Kit Harington, they were focusing on the campaigns as big spectacle things, and that was like, I think, a much bigger push of the narrative. That is so by the wayside now. Like, the campaign last year, amazing. Like, I fucking loved it. I never finished it. I got like 70% through, and it was a blast. But like, that was just a tentpole blast blockbuster thing that they were like, yeah, it's here. But they know that people are there for the multiplayer, right? People are not buying for the multiplayer.
I mean, they've released a couple of them without multiplayer. You know what I mean? Like, they know that, they know what people are here for.
You mean without a campaign?
Oh, sorry, without campaign. Yeah, one of the Black Ops came out, Cold War maybe, came out without a campaign. And like, yeah, they know what people are here for. But yeah, I don't know how you factor that into like the future Call of Duty. Because I wonder if you can then go, if to cut down on development time, let's not make campaigns. How much of an effect does that then have negatively on how people receive Call of Duty?
A big one. Like, that's the thing, is like,
people go, I'm not going to spend $60-$70.
They've created this problem, right? Where it's like, there's an expectation of what you're getting for this annual now $70 drop that you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So it's a tough place to be, because they put themselves there. And I don't know what the solution is, but I do know that what they're doing, it doesn't seem to be working. So it's good that they're at least attempting to switch it up. But I just don't think that the annual Call of Duties will ever be able to have the level of conversations last year did every single year. It's simply impossible. No matter how many talented studios they gobble up and force into the trenches of Call of Duty, it's not possible.
How many more can we gobble up and force in there, though?
So many.
Because like,
there's so many out there. Ubisoft's just begging for it.
I mean, you're talking about Microsoft, which is now the biggest publisher ever. So like, hey, what are these other studios doing?
Oh my fucking!
What's Rare doing over there? I know it's not making Everwild.
No, don't say that.
Hey, listen. This isn't me speaking on what I want. This is me speaking from what capitalism wants.
Oh my God, the idea of Rare being forced to make Call of Duty.
This is what corporate consolidation wants. Hey, what's our biggest property? Everybody's working on it now.
What if it was a James Bond Call of Duty?
I'd be in. I'd buy it. I'd buy it.
I dread the day that Double Fine gets gutted by Microsoft, and it's just a bare bones team that becomes a support studio for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Which is really fucked up, because I remember when they announced Microsoft was buying Double Fine, they made a joke about Double Fine supporting Call of Duty.
If that ever happened, I think Tim Schafer would leave and start his own studio.
Oh, yeah.
And take a lot of those people with
They would still, like, Microsoft's still on my shit list for a plethora of reasons, but that would,
yeah.
Oh.
Man. What a shitty ass world. Poor Franklin. Resolute says Modern Warfare 3 was never supposed to be a thing. It was supposed to be an expansion.
Yeah.
And yet they released it as a thing.
Was it ever $70 thing. Was that ever like a report? I remember talking to somebody about this, but I don't think it was one of those ones where it's I don't remember if it was a reported thing. I don't remember if it was like a news thing or if it's just like, conversations you have with people. But yeah, no.
Let's see if we got others.
It was a report from Jason. Thank you.
This. Resolute says they're going back to what they did pre-Modern Warfare 2 in 2022, and the strategy they did from 2022 to 5 was because one of the games from that time frame needed more help from the other studios. It still means yearly. Yeah, that's what we're saying. It's just like that simply isn't tenable. They can't do it.
No.
They can't do it. I don't believe it.
Hear me out. What if we put out a Call of Duty Modern Warfare next year, but we don't even give it a number? We just call it Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And if you do the same with Black Ops, so you just start from the beginning.
Bless.
Come on, hire me.
Real talk.
Yeah.
You know that's going to happen.
They can't do it again.
Oh, they're going to.
Modern Warfare 1, 3?
Yeah. I bet you within 10 years, we get another Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
They haven't done it with Black Ops yet, right? I don't think they've done it because we're on 7.
They just kept adding Roman numerals in a way that didn't...
in ways that didn't make sense. Yeah. Or we get 6 eyes on this thing. So they still can do it with Black Ops. They probably will do it with Black Ops.
The story number 4, BAFTA Games reveals 2026 long list with Arc Raiders and Dispatch in contention for best game. This comes from Andy Robinson at VGC. BAFTA has announced the long list for the 2026 BAFTA Game Awards, naming a total of 64 games its judges will consider for the ceremony. BAFTA members will now vote for the nominations in Best Game and British Game categories in February next year, with specialist juries voting for the remaining categories. Nominations will then be announced on March 12th, with the winners announced on Friday, April 17th. The long list for the Best Game Awards 2026 ceremony are... There's a lot, but wait.
It's the long list. So they pare down.
Hold on, I'm a little confused. Explain this to me.
So, and I might have put this in here in a confusing way. So they have a long list for the game of the year.
That's 64 games?
No, it's just these games. There's another 64 game list.
So there's 64 games nominated across all the awards.
Yes.
That is a very weird way to say all that.
And honestly, the VGC article confused me, and maybe this is just the way BAFTA presents it, because the VGC article then gives an extremely long list of 64 games without the categories. But then I found a different website that are just like, here are the categories. And so that's where I pulled some of these categories from.
All right. Well, it seems like the best game award is Arc Raiders, Blueprints, Clear Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Dispatch, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction.
You see what's missing there.
Yeah.
Where's DK Bonanza?
Where's it at? That is the one odd exception here, right? But otherwise, this seems to be the general gaming consensus. Like,
yeah, I think this is good.
If you were to expand the Game Awards list, these are the things I would expand it to.
Yeah, I can see that. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle surprises me a little bit, but also doesn't surprise me because that seems like a BAFTA-ass game.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
It's because it's adapting an IP from, the film industry.
See, I was going to go...
People love it. Like,
yeah, it's a great game. It was on my top 10 last year. Blessing, did you ever finish it?
Nah. But I liked it. I liked what I played of it.
The ending was the best part, honestly.
I would say it's like probably in the 8 out of 10 range from what I played, which I guess like there are other games on this list that I would also put in the 8 out of 10 range. So that's not like even saying it shouldn't be on this list.
Like but Split Fiction.
Yeah, Split Fiction though. Actually, no, I feel like it's like a 9 to me. I stand by Split Fiction.
That's the ending. The ending is a 9.
The ending really brought that game up for me. That ending is one of the best video game things I've ever played in my life.
But remember, Bless, when we played the ending, we were like, damn, why wasn't this the entire game?
You're right. That's why it's not a 10 though. If the rest of the game was that ending, it'd be a 10 it'd be 11 out of 10. That'd be the greatest game of all time.
All right, cool. Anything else you want to talk about here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at I like that they have a category for British game. Now I'm looking at it. This isn't last year, right? No, this is this year because it has Adam Falls, Citizen Sleeper 2, hell yeah, F1 25, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Little Nightmares 3, Mafia: The Old Country, Monument Valley 3, Power Wash Simulator 2, 2 Point Museum, and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Not many of those stick out to me, but I just love British game as a category. Shout out.
What is it? What's that mean?
I think it's just get best game made in the UK.
Okay.
I'd imagine.
That's what I would assume too.
Yeah. Unless it means wait.
That's confusing because Hangar 13 made Mafia: The Old Country, and I could have sworn they were up in Marin.
That's a good point.
Just some British people were on the team.
You had to have at least 3 British people on the team for us to recognize. And yeah, aside from that, I guess no performer I want to shout out to because they have a nice little list here, right? Aaron Paul as Robert Robertson in Dispatch, Alex Jordan as Jan Dolsky in The Alters, Ben Starr as Verso, Erika Ishii as Atsu, Jennifer English as Mael, Judy Elise Lee as Malinui, Kajik Chan as Mio in Split Fiction, Laura Bailey as Invisigal, Suzy Young as Hinako Shimizu, Tom McKay as Henry in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and then Troy Baker as Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones The Great Circle. I really like this list.
I do too, and I want to give a shout out to Judy Alice Lee as Malinui in Hades 2. Like, she was a standout to me, and I feel like just because of the type of game Hades is, and like just when we're talking about performer in a leading role, like I do think that the actual like performance of it all, like the motion capture and all that stuff, like when it's that and the amazing voice, there is just like levels to it. Like obviously there are examples of just voices that can then transcend all of that, but like I do just think that like it's comparing apples and oranges to a certain extent. But I love seeing them being nominated here alongside so many amazing performers here. But I really enjoyed her performance. Like I really enjoyed line to line, like the delivery. I was like constantly impressed. Like throughout playing Hades 2 for 100 hours, I was like thinking about like, wow, that was a good line read.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And also shout out to Alex Jordan as Yandolsky, who I don't think was in the Game Awards one, but a lot of us, I think me and Andy and whoever else played Alters were probably like, yo, this dude is playing a bunch of different characters that are essentially the same character, and it's fucking cool the way that he was able to pull that off.
Opulent Pasta Box says British Games for best British game of the year across all genres and platforms. Creative control and overall development must be led by a British development studio.
Maybe does Hangar 13 have an office in England?
Snaven Shake also says narrator from Kirby Air Riders not getting nominated is crazy work. And that's the fucking truth.
That's actually facts.
Like, I know I am doing the exact thing that Masahiro Sakurai doesn't want us to do, and it's the reason that we didn't get freaking Smash Brothers Subspace Emissary story stuff in any of the new games. But if you're not going to play Kirby Air Riders, first off, do. Second off, go to YouTube and look up the road trip cutscenes from Kirby Air Riders and just listen to the narrator and understand this is a Kirby game about flying on these little machines. And I want you to know it makes as much sense to you as it does to anybody that's played this game. And it's awesome. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong whatsoever. I'm learning about Brighton right now. I went to the careers page on Hangar 13 to figure out if I were to apply for Hangar 13, where would they want me to live? And I found 2 locations. One of them is Brighton, which is in East Sussex, England. And
they did it. It qualifies.
The other one is Brno, Brno, which is a city in... Oh man, this is not doing me any favors. It's a city. Czech Republic is where it's at.
All right, cool.
Wait, so then what's going on in Marin? I thought they were in Marin. I was
That's
with you,
where the main studio was for the longest time. I don't know what happened to them. That's weird.
Huh.
That's very weird. I remember talking to one of the people who worked on the soundtrack for Mafia 3, and I was like, hey, y'all did a fantastic job.
They're all in Brno now.
Wow. Fuck.
If you want to talk to them again, you got to go to the Czech Republic.
Oh, man. British Games getting awards.
Hangar
13 being over there. What a big mind-blowing story to us.
Huge.
But if I want to know about something smaller, the tiniest news I could possibly find, where would I go?
You'd go to our last story, the Wii News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
From Eurogamer, Doom creator John Romero's canceled game is back, with the developer stating the Untitled project has survived.
Nice. Survived.
PlayStation Plus Premium / Extra games for December have been announced. Assassin's Creed Mirage, Wolong Fallen Dynasty, Skate Story, very cool.
Hell yeah.
Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Planet Coaster 2, Cat Quest 3, Lego Horizon Adventures, Paw Patrol Grand Prix, Paw Patrol Worlds, Soul Calibur 3. Rayman 2, The Great Escape, and Tonic Trouble are coming to Nintendo Switch expansion pack on December 17th.
So shout out Brno, second largest city in Czech Republic. Yeah.
We're learning.
I'm just learning things about Brno right now.
That's great.
Secondly, Barrett, I know this troubles you. And we got to have a conversation about this, right? Tonic Trouble will come into Nintendo Switch Online before DK64.
Mm-hmm.
DK64 is not that bad of a game.
Some would say it's a great game.
I understand why people reacted negatively to DK64 coming off of the Banjo series. And of course, some people love it more than others. Me and Barrett absolutely adore DK64. But at the very least, we can say DK64, not a trash game, not even a bad game. It just has some flaws. So why does Nintendo refuse acknowledge the existence? Actually, I won't even say that because some of those characters exist in DK Bonanza. But why do they refuse to put it online?
I truly don't know.
They avoid this game like the plague.
They sold it on the Wii U.
It not being out surrounding Donkey Kong Bonanza was weird. Very weird.
Well, that I've said in the past before, I think makes sense because then people will play DK64 and be like, oh shit, a much better Donkey Kong game. So I get it.
But like,
true.
I honestly, jokes aside, I feel like they have a fucking chip on their shoulder about this game. Legitimately. And I think it's because of the guns still to this day.
I
don't care that they're coconut guns. I think there's something about this game that they have a chip on their shoulder when it comes to Rare and the history of all that. Like I think Nintendo fucking hates this game.
I don't think this is guns, but I do think that
I love the earnestness in Barrett's voice there.
I don't think they like
this so deeply, and I'm like, you know what? You're kind of convincing me. Nintendo hates guns.
I don't think they like
Mario
the fact that
Mario had a gun in the Ubisoft game.
That's fair. That's fair. I get it. But who's the other? Who's the one Kong that sells you the guns? Funky Kong.
Yeah.
I don't think they like that Funky Kong kind of like essentially the closest thing he can wear to an American flag in his shop with like a army kind of like whistling thing going on in the background. Selling you guns.
They had that stuff in Donkey Kong Country too.
Yeah, that's just part of the Donkey Kong world.
There's a surprising amount of like
it's the DK lore,
military propaganda in Donkey Kong Country, and a very big surprising amount of titties.
This is what I'll say. Yes,
it's a lot,
this is what I'll say. Is that maybe it's the opposite, Barrett? Maybe it is the fact that
they know that
Nintendo they want to have a big drop every year for every franchise. This year it's DK Bonanza. They don't want to shoot the shot too early for DK64. They don't want to prematurely DK. We got to save this for 2026 because that's going to be the big DK drop then.
I'm just thinking about how they invoked the ending of DK64 and Bonanza and didn't go all the way with it.
You're not still on this. Come on. They did what they could.
No.
They went as far as they needed to.
I'm just saying there's some characters from DK64 that you could have brought in to use the same powers that you learned throughout the entire fucking game. Fuck!
I mean, that'd be sick, though.
Love it. I love it, man. God, it's so funny because I feel like the way Barrett talks about Donkey Kong 64 and then Donkey Kong Bonanza and like its mistakes, it's the way I am about Zack Fair in Final Fantasy VII, where like because I played Crisis Core when I was 17, it's like this is my fucking guy, dude. Yeah. And it's like I don't care what happens with him in the remake trilogy. Anytime he's on screen, I'm just like, he's my guy.
Good for you. Good for you guys.
But yeah, Rayman 2 Great Escape, amazing platformer.
Legit very good.
This is a game that I definitely recommend popping into. The Dreamcast version is the best, but I'm not sure these days with the kind of like up-res scaling going on with all these NSO stuff that this might be a great way to play the game. Tonic Trouble, I've never been a big fan of.
Well, you know who is? Barrett Courtney.
Oh, for real?
Shout out Tonic Trouble. That was the one that we owned growing up. That was another one that my dad and I loved playing.
But that like, what are the thoughts on it?
We have Rayman at home.
Yeah.
Made by the people who made Rayman.
Yeah.
So it really makes me question. Like, I didn't learn until as an adult that Ubisoft made Rayman. I was like, Ubisoft made Tonic Trouble. And I was like, but they had Rayman. Why'd they do like a knockoff game of their own franchise?
And there's just a lot more gimmicks. It's a lot more like, you know what? Tonic Trouble, I'd say, is more similar to Spyro than it is to like a Banjo-Kazooie or something, which I would say Rayman 2 is more like.
Okay.
Whereas like Spyro, there's a lot of fly through rings, like shoot these things, like
this level is a snowboarding level.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
Very weird, quirky world, but again, I feel like you already kind of get that with Rayman. So yeah. Shout out to my boy Ed.
Shout out to Ed, everybody.
And when he eats popcorn, he turns into Super Ed.
Wow.
Fall Out Boy, Nope. Fallout Pip-Boy Xbox Series controller are now available on Xbox Design Lab.
This ain't a scene. It's a goddamn arms race.
You only know that because of the Lupe remix?
Yes. Yeah, Lil Wayne on that too.
Oh my god, that shit actually went way too hard.
Oh yeah.
Death Howl is coming to Xbox, PS5, and Nintendo Switch on February 19th, 2026. So that's cool.
Really?
And that's it for Wii News, everybody.
Apparently, Brno has an awesome nightlife. Very large student population, nearly 90,000 students. Plethora of cool cafe and restaurants.
Let's get to some super chat.
Dog, I need you to stop reading about Bruno.
Hey, y'all trying to take a trip to the Czech Republic?
Let's see what's going on.
Let's see what's going on.
Billy Steffen says, I bought a Retroid Pocket 4 Pro for my girlfriend. It's supposed to arrive on the 24th from Amazon. Tim, have you used it before? Bless, you're looking jacked. Love y'all. I have not used the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. I have the Retroid Pocket 5. I absolutely love it. I assume the Pro 4 is just as good, just with a slightly different form factor. I highly recommend YouTubing Retro Game Corps for any of your setup and just advice on how to use it. Russell over there is incredible. Such a fun video to watch. Nice, chill dude. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to have a great time. Arrow. Wow, this is a big name for me.
It's a big word for Elmo. Sorry. This is the way you said it.
It's a big word for Elmo. Help me out here, though, Blast. What? Like, let's work through this one. Aerodot Smiladiatos.
Aerodotus militatis.
Aerodotus militatis.
There we go.
You can see where that was difficult. They say PlayStation Access just announced the return of Xmas Maze. When we see a KFPS Access crossover, we had Ben Starr at both, but we need more. That's just hard because, first up, I don't really know much about them. They seem very cool from everything I've ever seen, but they're over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a whole sea crossing us over.
Hanging out in Brno.
But they're welcome here anytime.
Hell yeah.
They're ever in the Bay. Raymond Kessel says, Blessing, I just binged Pluribus because of your rec, and it's so bussin'. Aside from Vegas, James Bond orgies, how would you use the world's servitude?
First of all, the words you used here, I don't know if I'm a big fan. I don't know what's bussin'.
I don't know what's going on with a lot of this.
I think I would be on Carol's side. I don't know if I would want it. Like, here's the thing. At a certain point, I'm tapping out, and I'm using the hive mind. Because, like, at first, I'd be with Carol of, this is freaky, I don't like this, we gotta fix the world. But then after a while, once I realized that resistance is futile, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. I want a new Jet Force Gemini. I want the Community movie. All right, because we got the 6 seasons, we still need the movie. So make me the Community movie. I want a Cat Williams stand-up special. A new one, but like I want it to be like a throwback to like his classics.
Okay.
Yeah. What else? I want. I'll have to think about it more. What would you want from the player?
I don't know. I have no context to this at all.
Fair enough. Sure.
Yeah. Dirty Daddy 84 says you can pronounce that right, but you pronounce core as corpse. I'm going to be honest with everybody. One of my greatest fears in life is having to read that word out loud. Every time I see it, I panic. I don't remember. Yeah. CORPS. Right?
Yeah. This is core.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes you pronounce the P.
Only if it's like a dead body. And it's like,
yeah, but I'm seeing the other one. See, whatever. Here's the thing. That's never going to stick.
Yeah.
Another thing about me, I don't know why. Roof and ceiling, I get it wrong every time. I know which one's which.
You know what? That I'm with you.
But I always fuck it up. I'll be like, it's on the roof.
Most of the time I get it.
Do you mean the ceiling? Yeah, I mean the ceiling.
Most of the time I get it. Yeah, every now and then I mix up roof and ceiling. That's understandable. Man. That's understandable.
But I panic about the corpse. I panic.
Just say core every time.
I know. I need to do that.
Well, you know what?
But then I think that, and then I'm like, wait, no, am I thinking about it the wrong way? I get in my head. I got in my head.
I guess
y'all caught me off my game.
Corporation does fuck me up because it is short. Like sometimes it's short for corporation, but then it's just corp. But then do we pronounce the P for corp?
Corp? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we definitely do.
Oh, okay. Don't look at me like that's the crazy part about this. Your part is crazy too.
We're crazy together. Oh, Jesus. What else we got here from Super Chats? Resolute says, birthday tax, happy birthday. There's been 7 Final Fantasy VII games since Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts has had 2. It's time. Happy Kingdom Hearts 4 Eve. I think there's a very slim chance, but there's a chance.
There's always a chance.
There's always a chance. Thundering Sun says, I can confirm as a former U.S. Army, the Franklin meme is not AI and is actually pretty old. The narco part is new. And yes, bless, the Bernstein Bears also has one featuring Papa Bear in Vietnam.
No.
We got to stop.
No.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay. Missing Link says the Disney Channel Kids programming was Playhouse Disney, not Treehouse Disney.
Oh, so close.
So close. But yeah,
so
Playhouse.
close.
Remember Out of the Box?
Out of the box. Oh, yeah, dude. I found out of the box, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I hope that. Oh. Gullah Island.
See, I know Gullah Gullah Island. I never watched it as a kid.
Really?
I was going to go with the Mickey Mouse. What was the Mickey Mouse show where they were like in a theater and they would just watch a bunch of different shorts? Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
No, Clubhouse was like a little kid show. I remember because I had that fucking
Roly Poly Oly, says somebody in
Yeah,
chat.
I hated the way that shit looked.
Roly Poly Oly.
The thing about
House of Mouse. Oh, dude. I was
the
so
House
Shout
of
out to
Mouse.
House of
Yeah,
Mouse.
I was
yeah,
so locked into House of
sick.
Mouse.
That was great. The Gullah Island, an interesting thing about that is like 2 years ago, the cast reunited and like I think they were kickstarting it or something to make like a like one-off short that was like it's actually the characters and they're back, but it was very serious and like a real like look at I don't know where it took place, but like it was like a very y'all should look into this. It was a very interesting thing. It wasn't just like a gritty dark take on it. It's like no, like we were saying something to kids back then. Let's continue that for the adults now. And I was like, whoa, this is really, really cool stuff.
That's really cool.
There was no big polywog anymore. Binya Binya.
Binya Binya.
Binya Binya was from Gullah Gullah Island. He was the yellow frog.
Yeah, I know. I think I was always scared of that one. There was the Wiggles. Was that Playhouse Disney?
That is past my time.
Oh.
I don't know about them Wiggles.
You know they're still around.
They're wiggling.
They were on our stream recently and they played Lego Party.
They were on our stream. Oh
no, what was the game we had, you guys?
Pico Park.
Pico Park, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few things. Is I've seen them pop on my timeline. One, they're diverse now, which is good for them. Two, they can dance. When I tell you, but like, no, they can dance now.
Yeah,
like, it's almost like we don't know who the Jabberwockies are behind those masks. They might be the Wiggles. Yeah, that's how good they are at dancing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, because they added like a bunch more members, I see. That's crazy.
More colors? Were the colors locked? Is it like Power Rangers? Oh, there's multiple blues?
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know about this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Roger's base is one of them in the purple? That's crazy. Cam Red, you're wrongs and says, you guys aren't crazy for thinking that Saros was later than February. It's indeed March 20th.
Oh, so we were lied to.
Yes. Yes. That is so funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
TundraBoy22 in Super Chat says, thoughts on Cream the Rabbit as an entity?
Oh, man. I'm going to stop reading the you're wrongs now because we got to talk about Cream the Rabbit.
Oh, yeah? I don't have any thoughts on Cream the Rabbit.
Yeah, you do.
Cream the Rabbit, I mean, I don't like her name. I don't like her name at all.
I don't know.
That's my main thought.
I got to be honest with you, and I'm not going to expound more because we're going to end the show here.
Yeah.
I got an anti-Cream agenda.
Really? What's wrong with Cream?
You'll never know. This has been Kind of Funny Games Daily, everybody. We're about to do the Kind of Funny GamesCast, which is predicting the winners of this year's Game Awards, and it's going to be a great time. We'll see you there. Until next time, I love you all. Goodbye.